Hello my fellow Misfortune fans and welcome to another episode of Eye into Diamond, the series in which I show you that Elo Hell does not exist. First of all, I'm pretty sorry that I'm not using my camera in this video. The reason is I'm normally recording during the day or in the morning when the lighting or when the light coming through the windows is sufficient to to make my green screen work properly. And now I'm recording in the evening because I didn't find time before, so bear with me, no camera today because, I don't want to change the entire setup again, so I just disabled it for this game. But today I'm showing you a very, very good build if you are in Platinum Elo or below. It's even good in higher Elo, I suppose, because it doesn't really have any weak points beside maybe the late game when they play around your ultimate properly. But it's Emax Misfortune, it's the best build in lower Elo, and you cannot really go wrong with it. Ever since the biscuit change, you don't even need Corrupting Potion anymore, plus enemy sustain is not as strong if they have biscuits. So yeah, that's the build. You go for full lethality, you max E, and you don't really need boots, but you can upgrade them if you really want to. We'll see though. First of all, let's try to push for level 2. By the way, I'm currently in a max KDA challenge with my sponsor, club.gg or Icon. Support my club. It's the first link in the description. If you don't know how to set it up, second link in the description. And yeah, I hope you join me and help me beat TM8's TM8 Army or whatever his club is called. It doesn't matter. We beat him anyway. So level 2 is 1 minion away, and then oh okay, they got level 2 as well. So we're not going. That sucks. We're not going aggressive. Or aren't we? Not a fan, to be honest. We wait till 6 and then we just ER them, and Zillion can only save 1, so that's the plan. But generally speaking, this build is very good with Morgana, because Morgana can land her binding way more reliably if you slow them with E. And E is a massive slow, by the way. It's 60% on rank 5, so don't sleep on that. It's a broken spell. But against Zillion, it's a little bit iffy because he can obviously save your main target from dying. Not too sure. Okay, we baited it out and did not get hit this time. The poke war has begun. Zillion Varus versus Morgana Misfortune with Emax Comet. Who do you think is a better poke lane? Let me know in the comments. I think it's definitely Misfortune as long as she goes Emax. It's just ridiculous. Look at that range. But Varus Zillion obviously also has strong poke. So especially against or when he builds lethality. Flash this, by the way. I tried to dodge the bomb, but I couldn't do it without walking into them. That was very dumb of me. Nice, hit both of them with Comet. But yeah, as soon as you get... E is very, very expensive. 80 mana per cast. But as soon as you get low on mana, you just pop a biscuit and you're fine, essentially. And once the biscuits are all gone, you do have... yeah, last hitting the cannon menu with E, baby. Once the biscuits are all used, first of all you have the max mana. Ooh, that's nice. We win the poke war. I'm trying to explain, but so much is going on, isn't it? So yeah, as soon as all the biscuits, or as the biscuits have... Oh, Morgana, please. I just cannot take a break. Do this. Oh, had I not wasted my flash. Come on, E. Easy. Yep, E is brokenly strong. Brokenly? Is that a word? So what was I about to say earlier? I actually don't remember. Oh, so much going on. I really lost my track of thoughts. I hope you forgive me. I was about to explain something. Maybe you can remind me in the comments and I will explain it in the comments. It's also fine, I think. So we base here. Oh yeah, I remember. I was about to tell you where biscuits are broken with Emax Misfortune, because as soon as you, well, got over with the early game, so before your first back, before that happens, you use all your biscuits, and then your mana flow band should kick in, which gives you sustain that way. And also you get the max mana, obviously, which is probably even the best part about it. So you're not running into mana problems anytime soon. Yeah, we got even a spare biscuit left after our first base, which is very good. First item Ghostblade, then Dustblade, then last Whisper item, by the way. It's the strongest, the most damage output you can ever get for Lethality Misfortune. For the least amount of gold, that is. I'm not too big a fan of this Morgana. But yeah, Comet obviously scales with lethality. So even though E is magic damage and scales with AP, buying lethality increases your poke. Also, E's base damage is higher than Q base damage. You get 35 extra base damage per rank up, and Q only gives 20 extra. Q can crit, so there's that. But also the slow duration increases with rank, which means you will hit more ticks of the E. Ah, damn. He avoided that one. Celine is still full health, which means you can position rather aggressively. Morgana is pretty low. Morgana did not understand, by the way. All she needs to do is wait for my E, and then she needs to cast Q. Move order matters is what chess players would say to that. Which is, by the way, a mantra in chess, in case you wonder. Right, I got my R. And I got it now. Morgana, go. You saw how I used E, not E, but also E, but ER combo to herd them into the bush here? That's to cut off any escape path. Not that they had one in the first place, I didn't think Shen would also port in. But yeah, that was pretty safe. I ulted slightly to the, from our perspective, to the left, towards the river. So they wouldn't just run towards the river, but rather hug the wall, which makes Morgana stun a guaranteed hit, essentially. Or Morgana binding, rather. It's not a stun, is it? We take one plating here and then base. My max KDA challenge looking good so far, by the way. I have enough gold for Ghostblade. It's quite perfect. Also, the wave is in a perfect spot for us. As you can see, it's not frozen. It's even on their side of the map, which means the next wave from a red team will arrive earlier, which inevitably pushes the wave towards us. So there's no way we lose many minions here. It's exactly the reason you need to shove the wave under tower before you base, to make sure you can farm when you return to lane. Another rank in E. You see, that was 1 E plus Comet. And it's guaranteed damage from ridiculous range. Looking pretty good so far. Also got our magical boots. Spending gold on boots as lethality misfortune feels pretty bad, so having them in your rune page is very nice. Oh, that was close. I might just ER them. Yeah, baiting out Zillion's ulti. Had I aimed better, it would have been necessary for him to ult, but I baited it out anyway, so that's fine. Qmax second. You don't really need W that much with this build until the very late game. Because as your last item, you might buy the likes of... oh damn, I completely failed that E. Still works. You might buy, for example, Blade of the Ruined King. So you have a lifesteal item in the late game, plus you apply... you apply the physical on-hit damage, and it obviously gets amplified by lethality. I just run. Guess we should base, though. Just spend our gold. Also, Rengar is still around, and when they return to lane, it's a 2v3 in their favor. Not what we'd like to see. Yeah, you got even more lethality, which makes Comet more deadly. 94%. 94. It's literally only dodgeable when you have a dash, a blink, or use Summoner Flash. 52% AoE slow right now. It's very easy to play, very forgiving. Probably the freest lane phase ever. That was 1E. And it also almost clears the way for you, other caster minions. Enemy bot lane miss. Also, you can use E to check bushes, by the way. It gives vision. Ah, I'm dead. Never mind me. Yeah, the lane gank was very good. I did not see it coming. That's a Silas Nocturne R, huh? Guess I want Tabby in this one, don't I? Yeah, I just can't really buy much. I could buy Swifties, but I don't think I need Swifties in this matchup. It's either Tabbies for Rengar, or it's SMURFS for Varus. But Tabby is more important, because Rengar has easy access to the backline, and Varus does not. I'm just sitting on gold here. Selling the control ward is also a mistake. I usually do it in lower eload simply because I don't care. But it's a mistake, and I want to play optimally. Kill Varus. Actually kill both of them, huh? Oh, or not. Nice flash. Let's shove this in and then I think I return to base because it's very risky right now. Rengar might just come and kill me. It's first turret, so I guess it's still worth. Even should I die here. It's 500 gold or something ridiculous. Okay, got my Dustblade now. Can buy Dustblade. I don't need to upgrade boots right now. I can always do it later when I actually need it. Buying more attack damage is more fun anyway, isn't it? You go mid lane here to maintain dragon control. Also with Yomus plus slightly magical boots plus strut. Well, Misfortune roams very good anyway, as you know, because of all that out of combat movement speed. But with this build or with lethality builds that incorporate Yomus Ghostblade, it's even better, obviously. E and 1 auto clears the backline. It's a very nice wave clear spell too. Maybe I should not have wasted my ward here, instead put it to or into the dragon pit. I still have Ghostblade. Maybe I can spot something. Dustblade, I mean. Okay, it doesn't look like a ward's in the pit. Ooh, taking massive damage here. Got the dragon though, so it's fine. For all the lifesteal lovers out there, it's can be tough to play. Bro, can be tough to play if you you trade too aggressively, because you obviously don't have any means of regeneration. Or if you get hit by random skill shots. Morgana almost screwed that kind of minion for me. Yeah, this is also the reason I like to get Blade of the Ruined King as my last item, so I'm a little bit more reliable in the very late game. Just insta-clear the wave and oh, we actually need a little bit more gold. I don't think we need healing reduction with this, because you one-shot most things anyway. You can have the big one, I don't care. All I need is 1.1k, so I can get this component here. You could also go Edge of Night to have more safety with your ultis. But I just go for full damage here. And as soon as the lowest level in the game is level 9, base armor will be definitely high enough for Lord Dominic's Regards to be your strongest lethality item, if that makes sense. This is total armor penetration, not bonus armor penetration. That's also a nice combo you can do. It's you either wave, and they kite back from you because they don't want to get autoed, and then you just Q a caster minion for a guaranteed crit. They cannot dodge it because they are 60% slowed, right? That's exactly what happened to the Silas right there. Aatrox behind us. Insta-kill him. I cannot go too aggressively, I don't have lifesteal, as you know. There's a ward in here. Morgana doesn't care. Oh, she hit him actually. I can't walk up though. He kills me too quickly from this HP. Would be nice to, but I'm not suicidal. No thank you. We're almost at the point where we can just auto cast a minion once and it dies even without E. Not quite. We need a little bit more AD for that, but we're almost there. We cannot stay, by the way. Need to spend our gold. Yo, the max KDA challenge looking crisp, does it? or doesn't it? That's how you English. Get a control ward for Baron, which spawns in 1.5 minutes. But yeah, now we deal massive damage. The infamous M-deal power spike. Ghostblade, Dustblade, Lord Doms. Without spending money on boots. Crazy strong. Yeah, now we have enough AD to actually one-shot casters with one auto. What a flash. I want to ulti something. Not now though. They hide under tower. Can't handle the massive damage, can they? Morgana black shields me, I can actually ult very aggressively. I guess 20-minute Baron is a little bit optimistic, so I just ward the Dragon Pit. I should have let Morgana last hit that, because I get the gold anyway, since I provided the vision. Alright, now we play around Dragon. Oh goodness. What was that blast cone, I wonder? I'm split apart from the team, so if Rengar jumps on me, I'm dead. Fortunately, it didn't happen. Ideally, I want to be with the team to make an ult play. E is also a crazy utility spell for team fights, obviously, even if you don't have ulti. Again, it's really only balanced through its mana cost, and this build completely circumvents that through rune pages. Or through its rune page, rather. We can pressure top lane. The wave's already there, and they are busy dealing with mid lane. Oh, I can kill Rengar, right? Oh, I'm tanking tower. Oof. Okay. I actually did not notice that I was tanking tower. That was so stupid of me. I take full responsibility for that. Yes, it was my bad, but thanks, Morgana. It's fine. We get our Edge of Night, and then we might even get Guardian Angel, to be honest. Or is Rengar really that big a problem? I'm not sure. I don't think he is. Huh. What do I actually want here? I think Blade of the Ruined King is still nice. What you can also do if you really don't think you need the lifesteal, or if you don't like the components, when you have full build, you can just buy another Serrated Dirk, because it's actually an incredible damage increase. Since the closer you get the enemy armor to 0, the more damage you deal in relation to, or in when you take into account. It's difficult to explain. A target with 110 armor. If you take 10 armor away from that, they really don't care that much. The damage reduction is still roughly the same. But if the target has 20 armor and you take away 10 armor, then that's a very significant increase. And this is why the more lethality you have, or the more armor penetration you have, the more important every point of armor penetration gets. So this is also why you either buy all lethality items or none of them. Because maths. Top lane is under tower, they need to defend that soon. I can poke back at you, boy. But yeah, in the mid game and late game, you really need to be careful with how much damage you take, since you cannot just heal it back off. Or heal back up, rather. Also, the Baron Call is pretty iffy because I deal very little Baron damage. You can't really provoke plays with this build. Every point of damage you take sticks. So yeah, now I'm just chilling, waiting for a binding to land or for a Shen taunt. Rengar spot lane, so there, this is where the Baron Call is coming out. That's actually quite nice. Your autos are obviously ridiculously strong as well. Because love tap and all that's also obviously physical damage scales with lethality. Take the tower here, it's only one of them alive that cannot defend this ever. You can take inhibitor. But yeah, you just need to wait for them to miss position or for one of your teammates to catch them with hard CC. Then you can go full ham, essentially. This control ward, by the way, is not positioned correctly. If it's positioned like that, it does not cover the back wall of the pit. And they can just ward over and you cannot clear it. And you don't, in worst case, you don't even know they have vision. Yikes, they overstay. By the way, I'm currently, I think, in gold 2 or 1 or whatever. Platinum MMR. So pretty solid games already. 10 seconds until ulti. I might just get Infernal here, to be honest. Yeah, Rengar just zones me with ulti. Alright, nothing to see here. They get Infernal, it's fine. Do I wait 40 gold in base? I think I do. Yeah, they're not pressuring Baron. I just need... Edge of Night is such a huge spike. Allows me to position way more aggressively while I ult. Because random Aatrox knock-up cancels my ult, by the way. Well, what am I even explaining? You all know how Miss Fortune's ult works, right? But with the spell shield, I can simply dodge it. Or block it, rather. Alright. Lost vision. Hurrying towards the team fight. This looks promising. We might kill them all here. This is end. We can. Right, if my team doesn't want to win, then sure. Yeah, if they all go Baron, we can... Ah, okay, perfect. Easily most damage in the game with this build. Like, no chance they can ever out-damage this. You have all the poke damage and all-in damage you need in the mid-game. And you consistently apply it either, because you don't need to get too close to them. Also, I guess it's pretty safe to say we will win that challenge. Some players are still in active games, so it's not yet set in stone, but we are strong contenders for first place. Okay, so in the end, by the way, the team rushed towards Baron when 3 of them were down, and we are still 5 men alive. We could easily just take down Nexus Towers and the base and call it a day. But yeah, they made the macro mistake of turning towards Baron when we could have just finished the game. But they surrendered, so it doesn't really matter. And if you want to see how to play Miss Fortune in high elo, so Diamond Plus, then click the link on your screen right there. A big thank you to all my Patreons and channel members. If you want to become a Patreon yourself, just go to patreon.com/mfdb.